In spite of heavy thunderstorm and rain warning, we decided to stick with our plan to visit the Dundurn Castle. You have to buy tickets online and book a time slot to visit the castle. बारिश थी कि थमने का नाम ही नहीं ले रही थी, तो तकरीबन आधा घंटा हम गाड़ी में बैठे रहे क्योंकि हम वक्त से पहले पहुंच चुके थे। और जब आप एंटर करते हैं म्यूज़ियम तो वहाँ पे एक कोच हाउस है जहाँ से आपको अपनी टिकट्स उठानी पड़ती हैं जो आपने ऑनलाइन बुक की होती हैं। तो जैसे ही बारिश की तेज़ी में थोड़ी सी कमी आई तो हम अपनी अम्ब्रेलास लेकर गाड़ी से भागे ताकि म्यूज़ियम एंटर कर सकें, और इसी चक्कर में हम आधे से ज़्यादा भीग गए। Where are we? Where are we, ladies?
Dundurn Castle.
Dundurn Castle. Dundurn Castle's associated buildings and structures are set in a picturesque park-like estate of 13 hectares overlooking Burlington Bay. The main residence is a large building in the Italianate style. The Dundurn estate was originally the property of Richard Beasley, who erected a two-story brick residence on the site in 1800. The property was sold to Sir Alan Napier McNab in 1833. Dundurn Castle was built between 1834 and 1835. Designed by Hamilton architect Robert Wetherell, the main house is an eclectic blend of classical and Italianate motifs, set in a sweeping landscape with panoramic views of the adjacent bay. Sir Alan McNabb and resident master gardener William Reid continued to develop the landscape over their lifetimes. The classical portico was added in 1855. McNabb was a lawyer, landowner, businessman, militia officer, and politician who would serve as the representative for Hamilton in the Legislative Assembly of Upper Canada, known as Canada West, from 1830 to 1857, including a term as Premier from 1854 to 1856. The land had previously been used as a fortified military encampment during the War of 1812. The castle is currently owned by the city of Hamilton, which purchased it in 1899 or 1900 for $50,000. The city has spent nearly $3 million renovating the site to make it open to the public. The rooms have been restored to the year 1855 when its owner, Sir Alan Napier McNab, was at the height of his career. The 18,000 square feet house took 3 years to build. आप साइड से एंटर होते हैं कासल के अंदर and then you can enter directly into the reception hall, which is quite a big hall with large front doors.
This is where guests, family are coming into the home. You're coming in through these big front doors, these double doors, into this beautiful front hallway here. A stunning space, really. The floor is in minted tile. It was added into the house in the 1870s. So it is still original and historic. You can still purchase it today, which will be exceptionally helpful for us when we need to replace something.
There is a grand black walnut staircase that is located on the right side in the entrance hall. You can also see the portrait of Sir Alan McNab hanging in the hall room. There are 40 rooms open to the public and includes the main floor, upper floor, and the basement. King Charles' wife, Queen Camilla, is the museum's patron and the great-great-great-granddaughter of Sir Alan McNab. Guests that would visit Sir Alan McNab would enter the drawing room to be welcomed before dinner. Hanging staircase is hand-carved from black walnut. This pink room was not for children. The furniture and chandelier are pretty grand looking on their own, and the plaster work is exquisite. has been carefully preserved or restored to how it would have looked during the time period. The drawing room was used for large receptions and social events, including the wedding of Sophia Mary McNabb on November 15, 1855. You will find Sophia's portrait hanging in the pink room. Velvet drapery, marble fireplace, and cranberry glass chandelier were extremely beautiful. Male visitors would gather in the smoking and library rooms to discuss politics, business, and economics.
Bigger, better, and the economic value, and so kind of gets itself involved in
Meals were served in the grand dining room. This formal dining room has a 20 feet long mahogany table. The house is lavishly decorated with oak paneling and grand chandeliers. Dundurn Castle hosted lavish parties and meetings which attracted many influential people from Canada and Britain. In fact, in 1860, McNabb entertained the Prince of Wales. 1 year later, McNabb was knighted for his services during the 1837 rebellion and his work in connection with the government. It was in the same year that he was appointed a Queen's Counsel. His political career flourished as he was elected as the Tory party leader, which was the opposition party at that time. The mansion was named after the family ancestral seat in Scotland. Mr. Allan McNabb was the Prime Minister of Canada from 1854 to 1856. There are 2 bedrooms located on the first floor. The butler's room was located there for security reasons. Lady McNabb's sister room was also located on the first floor, and it had access to a sitting room and an ablutions room which was equipped with running water and gas lighting.
And they're laid for dinner. So Alan removes butter and sugar from the entire meal. So nothing with sugar.
When the McNabb children, Sophia and Minnie, were young, they spent many hours in the nursery under their nanny's supervision.
आपने देखा पर्शियन
So
कारपेट
it would have been one
ये देखा आपने फारसी में लिखा
the
है
nanny and the youngest. Once the youngest turns 13, the nanny gets shipped back to England.
As the kids grew older, they were educated by tutors in the schoolroom. The McNabb kids were homeschooled by 2 teachers, one for general education and the other for music instruction.
So we're gonna go into this space. We're gonna loop around and see after we fall. Don't worry, we won't miss it. We'll come back.
The castle had indoor plumbing and gas lighting, which was considered a luxury at that time. Sophia McNabb's diary of daily castle life is published in a book form. Of the rooms had a pull chain or wire to ring a bell in the basement if service was needed. The castle was constructed between 1832 and 1835 at a cost of 175,000 at that time. Cold water from a tank was fed down to the taps by gravity. If hot water was needed, the servants would use kettles. Lady McNabb suffered from a lengthy illness, and during the last year of her life, she was confined to the sick room.
Paying for inside your house. It's really fun if you can afford to do it. Because bring all that free out. I wish they were still in honor
The boudoir was Lady McNabb's private sitting room. There is a dressing room right next to the master bedroom. The master bedroom was lavishly furnished to reflect Sir Alan McNabb's tastes. The upper hall is a bright, entertaining area. It was used to entertain friends and family members. In the basement, the basement had a dairy where cheese, cream, and butter were made. Perishable items were stored in the basement ice box. The ice was cut from the Burlington Bay during winter and was lowered into the ice pit located in the basement. It was 13 feet deep. The kitchen is also located in the basement and was the room where the cook would prepare 4 meals a day. The kitchen in the basement had natural and gas lighting. The scullery maid spent many hours in the scullery washing dishes, pots, pans, and china. Look here.
The dumbwaiter is going to be under the stairs.
Buffalo,
And
look
it
here.
basically moves up, like it looks like a push up.
Heating water was one of the chores conducted in the well room. A lockable storage room for expensive spices, sugar, etc. A ledger would be kept to prevent theft. This is the servants' living quarters and dining area. This is where all the servants used to sit and have their dinner. You can see the servants' living quarters right next to the dining area. Okay. There is a vault where important documents were kept safe. Yeah.
Not back in the day. Yeah, sometimes here, at Christmas especially, probably like 8 or so weeks.
The house also had a brewery where the butler was able to make beer and ale to drink. Household clothes were washed, ironed, and sewn in the laundry room. Dundurn Castle was known for its gas lighting, plumbing, and an indoor toilet, something very progressive for the time, along with its gardens and many unusual outbuildings. The estate retains its formal gardens, informal park-like areas, and natural undisturbed slopes and ravines. The other subsidiary buildings include a dovecote, a 2-story pavilion for cockfighting, the cockpit, a gardener's cottage, a gatehouse, battery lodge, and a stable, McKenna's stable. The site also features 19th century entrance gates and a 20th century pavilion. There is a restored 2-acre kitchen garden where costumed interpreters used 19th century tools to grow food for Dundurn's kitchen. Hands-on workshops let visitors harvest food for use in historic recipes in the castle's kitchen. Popular events throughout the year include garden tours and Christmas programming. Oh, look at this vegetable. ये कौन सा है? रमनीक वो माली काम कर रहे हैं। रमनीक वो देखे वो काम कर रहे हैं। वो लिखा हुआ बाहर क्या क्या करते हैं। gatehouse was built by Sir Allan MacNab in the late 1830s atop a battery from the War of 1812, thus giving the building its name Battery Lodge. Battery Lodge now houses the Hamilton Military Museum. The coach house, built in the 1870s, is a gift shop and where you buy your admission tickets. Can you imagine कितना पानी था? Oh my gosh, look at this one.
This is milkweed. This is no, actually no.
It's not milkweed.
This is Jopa. You're right.
That's the coach house. Beautiful.